Hey everybody, so I have been making a series where I am reading historical documents that corroborate the existence, crucifixion, and resurrection accounts of Jesus. However, I get a lot of objections specifically to who the Gospels were written by, so I wanted to do a video addressing some points on that. I'm going to do in-biblical text examples as well as external resources. There's a lot of assumption that the Gospels are anonymous because they were not formally ascribed to the disciples, but we're going to get into that. So, my belief is that the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, were written by firsthand witnesses or by secondary witnesses of the eyewitnesses. Okay, so like people who knew Jesus directly and lived during his lifetime. I would also like to mention that John is most likely the last gospel to have been written in around 95 AD. So a very short period of time after Jesus died, and Mark was written the earliest. I don't remember exactly what year. I think it was around 45 AD. 45 to 60 AD, but again, within the first century after Jesus Christ was claimed to have been resurrected. So the first objection that I receive specifically in regards to this is, why do the canonical Gospels have the titles Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? A lot of people hold to the view that this was not the original authors, but that it was later attributed to these authors through like early church tradition. So my first objection to this is that why, if the church was trying to attribute names to the Gospels that would have credibility or apostolic authority and power, why would they attribute two of the Gospels to people that were not apostles? Luke was most likely a physician of this time, and Mark had been known to have abandoned the cause for a short period of time, or to be like a coward. So it's not exactly the best look to have those names if you're going to play on this like apostolic authority sort of thing. Secondly, all of the known Gnostic Gospels, like the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Mary, the Gospel of Judas, the Gospel of Peter, they do use this appeal to apostolic authority in order to gain credibility. So the fact that the canonical Gospels didn't feel that to be necessary actually gives it more reputability, more trustworthiness, more reliability. The second point that we're going to touch on is, why were the canonical Gospels not formally attributed apostolic authorship? So this is actually not historically anomalous. Most historical documents didn't have formal authorship attributed to them. So this point really doesn't hold much weight to it because this was typical.